As we roll up on Fresh Season, I want to take a look back at Chill Season before it ends and what it added to the game. Starting with the most prominent additions, 3 new weapons. The Sniper Rider 5H, Splattershot Nova, and Big Swig Rolla. These 3 weapons aren't really that popular because they're super support focused, as in painting the ground around teammates to help them win fights. And even while the Big Swig got a buff halfway through the season and increased its horizontal flick damage from 30 to 35 so it can get more kills, all 3 of them have the problem of not being able to get splats in different ways. The Sniper Rider takes too long to fire and it feels kind of awkward, though there is still some potential there if people really want to practice with it. The Splattershot Nova is super inaccurate at long range, making it hard to get its 5 shots to kill. And the Big Swig has a really hard time getting in due to its very thin vertical flick. Despite these issues, they are very fun conceptually and hopefully they'll be buffed in Fresh Season. Alongside that, we got 10 new weapon variants. Most of the new kits were more offensive and aggressive than the original kits, like the Carbon, Splattershot Jr., Dapples, Forge Splattershot Pro, and Tenatech. The Zinc Mini and Inkbrush Nouveau are more defensive focused than their original kits, with subs and specials that aren't as mobile or killing focused as their original. The Luna Blaster and the Aerospray have the same concept as their original kits, but the subs and specials give them a different gameplay style. Rather than making an offensive, defensive, or supportive version of its kit, the Slosher Deco redefines what the Slosher can do, allowing players to fly towards enemies and hit them with 70 damage whops of ink. It's very experimental with Zipcaster and Angle Shooter. Oh yeah, Angle Shooter. That thing got a buff this season. It still kinda sucks. I don't think it'll ever be as useful as a bomb per se, but honestly I feel like in its current state, if people practice enough with it, it can be a real serious threat. Being able to throw 35 damage at anybody across the map is no joke. Multiplayer got a new stage and a returning one. Brinewater Springs, a very tiny map with no cover, and you can jump to the mid from spawn. Okay, yeah, that's a map. And Flounder Heights, probably the best map in the game, with inkable walls, a mid you can actually go around, multiple flank routes, essentially options, which unfortunately is way too rare in this game's maps. I remember for a little bit in like every mode, the only maps available were Brinewater and Flounder Heights, which is a really cool way to show off the new maps of the season. And also, with the new season, was a new mode, X Battle, or a returning mode. Essentially, the best of Splatoon are allowed to play in X Battle, which is a third kind of queued up ranked mode, where rather than using some bizarre anarchy points system, you just have a straight ranking. Every 3 matches, your calculation's updated. If you win 3 matches, you get some. If you lose 3 matches, you lose some. I worked hard to get in because I really like Tenatech, and that was one of the brand sponsors for this season of X Battles. And yes, I did get it, and I'm very happy about it. I switched my tag to this year's best Tenatech model during the early part of the season. I used the Tenatech Splattershot with the Tenatech headband, a Tenatech shirt, and some pink shoes just to complete the look for a while. Good times, good fucking times. Speaking of fun little aesthetic-based stuff, most of the locker items this season were based off of mid-school day items, such as Tupperware, backpacks, etc., alongside showing off the new maps and some of the graffiti around them. And we can fold shirts now. Woohoo! The best feature in the game! I'm only partially joking when I say that because you can actually pick pride flags out of the shirts. I'll make a video on that soon, so keep an eye out for that. One last thing about multiplayer before we move on to Salmon Run. Song titles and musicians show up at the start of each match. Super useful quality of life feature. Moving on to the questionably illegal Grizzco, we got a moderately challenging map from Splatoon 2, Marooner's Bay. Salmon Run had its first huge event, the Big Run, which was imminent for a while, and then it finally came. The map was Wahoo World, and it works so much better as a Salmon Run map because it's a big circular open area where enemies can attack you from any single angle, and you don't have to constantly worry about the platform being available or unavailable to get to the objective or to get past mid without getting killed. The glass is a spawn point for the enemies, so if you're willing to risk it, you can go up there and try killing them. There's not a lot of inkable surface, but they also all spawn all around you at the same time. It is very hectic. Though, as an event, outside of the new map, it's just normal Salmon Run with a couple special waves removed since they don't work on Wahoo World. The vibes are really cool. The sky was red and looked like hell was about to rain down on Earth. Hoping you and your teammates would set a new high score beyond anybody else in the game was also a very weird, exclusive feeling. It's hard to describe it other than exclusive because you just want your small packet of 4 to set the best score in the world and hope that everybody else loses. It is such a weird way of approaching an event, and I loved it. Competitive cooperativeness. And once you disconnect from those players, you hope they don't get any more dubs for the rest of the event. It's such a weird feeling, you know? I want everybody to win, but only when they're with me. Hell, I still rock the Silver Big Run sticker on my name tag just because that event was just super fun for me. But I'm not going to pretend and say it was a very big cultural get-together and a really special, unique event like Splatfests are. It needs a little bit more pizzazz as it is right now. Maybe exclusive nighttime events, or maybe unique weapons, or something like that, you know? Oh, and speaking of Splatfest, we had 2 Splatfests this season. What is your favorite taste sensation, and what is your favorite kind of chocolate? I like the continuity reference in Chocolate Splatfest, referencing that Team Sweet won their Splatfest. And I also like the Chocolate Splatfest because it had a really unique color scheme. Brown, cream, and a deep, deep purple. Also, I really love Fry, and seeing her pink during the Sweet Splatfest was so cute. I had to get a picture with her, and I stayed up for hours trying to win a 100x battle over and over and over again just to get a picture with her, and by God I did. Actually, I was really stressed getting this because there was a glitch I wanted to record for y'all. So in this patch, if you got a 100x picture, your Ocklings would turn into Inklings. You'd turn into a hybrid. It was so weird. I want to give a shout out to my teammates. We were on Mahi Mahi Resort, and we got this shit done, man. I have a stupid hat on in my pictures, but I don't care. I documented the glitch. It looks so weird seeing an Inkling. It's like they beheaded an Ockling and put on their hair, and that's it. It's still an Inkling. Ugh. Oh yeah, how could I forget? Fashion. We have so many winter-based clothes. We even got the white girl shoes, the Uggs. Go to your local Starbucks, order a caramel macchiato with pumpkin spice latte, wait 15 minutes, and get really mad at them kind of shoes, you know? Lots of black and white clothes, lots of Tony Kensa clothes, and people love Tony Kensa, so this is probably a lot of people's favorite season in terms of fashion. A lot of early beginner clothes from Splatoon 1 also returned, like the basic tee and the herbivore tee. There's also some Splatoon 2 gear like the Octo Tackle helmet deco, which has a bunch of marina stickers on it, which I really, really like. Definitely a massive W season for monochrome fashionistas. And that about covers every major addition and change to the season. There was a balance patch that had some pretty big ramifications for certain weapons and specials, which I will link here. But the most important change here is that there wasn't really much of one. In Season 1, we were in a crab tank meta. At the end of Season 2, we're still in a crab tank meta. Even with the triple ink strike buff, it's still a crab tank meta. Looking forward, it seems the maps are going to be following the same design of Tetris block with no flank routes. Hopefully Season 3 will finally shake things up, but I'm not too sure of that myself. It's looking very familiar to what we saw in the previous 2 seasons. I just hope there's some big changes coming forward, because fighting crabs all the time is getting a little boring. But that's looking towards the future. What's the legacy of Chill Season? We got a ton of Tony Kensa clothes in the catalog. Seriously, everybody's running around with them. Long sleeve shirts. Again, everybody's running around with long sleeve shirts now. Some silly new support weapons. The base for future big runs, hopefully. Probably the best multiplayer map in the game. And new weapons, while not meta defining, definitely got some eyes looking at some of the underappreciated specials at that point. I loved Chill Season. I love this little art of Small Fry and Agent 3 chilling in the cold. And really, there ain't that much to complain about. It's a really good, fun season. Just a lot of enjoyable new stuff to play around with. This is Blue Frost signing off and looking forward to Season 3. Bye-bye!